दृष्टुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्. Dear students, we will start today what is atomic mass and what is molecular mass. So coming to the atomic mass, now the moment the word comes atomic mass, it looks to, from the word it will come to us mass of an atom. One will think it is a mass of an atom. No, it's not mass of an atom. Why? Now atom is the smallest particle of an element, may or may not have free existence but cannot be further subdivided. The atom is not seen, the atom is visualized. The atom is a virtual thing which Dalton thought that the element might be existing at the last stage, at the atomic state. So we can't say it is not atomic mass is not the absolute mass of an atom. So to express it is, since it is a particle, it has to it contain the matter in it. So to express how much of matter is present in that atom, which is the smallest particle of the element, the concept of atomic mass came in. So I am going back to same 1803, 1811 this time, where they thought how to express the mass of an atom. So they express the mass of atom with a relation to hydrogen, because the hydrogen is the smallest element, the simplest element, and atom of the hydrogen has the smallest possible mass, and that was taken in the standard. The whole, if you go to the wall of the chemistry, each fundamental brick of the chemistry wall is made up of an atom, I can say. That means whole thing about the chemistry is first it was devised taking hydrogen as the fundamental unit. So taking that fundamental unit, the atomic mass was defined. So how we say atomic mass? It is the atomic mass. The atomic mass is not an absolute mass of an atom. It is a relative average mass. It is relative average mass. So what is its relative? What is average? Relative means with respect to hydrogen it was first defined, then with respect to it was transformed, scale was taken as oxygen. Now after 1961 it is expressed with respect to carbon. Hence it is relative. Then what is called average? Why another word average? Because you see, after the discovery of atomic structure, towards 1905, it was found that atom of the same element was found to have different mass number. The hydrogen was found to have 3 mass numbers, 1, 2, 3. Initially it was taken as 1, the mass number is 1, but later on it is found it also some hydrogen has a heavier mass. They were taken as the heavy hydrogen, and had the mass number was found to twice of the hydrogen atom as mass number 2, then mass number 3, very rare. So if you take hydrogen gas, in that you will have mass 1, mass 2, mass 3. So we take the average of all the 3 present, hence they take its average mass. Considering the isotopes we will be reading isotope. Atoms of the same element having different mass number are said to be isotopes. So because of this isotopic mass, the average was taken. For example, chlorine was thought to have mass number 35, then discovered it was found to be 37. Then it became its average. When you take the average, their present is abundance is 3 parts are atomic mass number 35 and 1 part is mass number 37. When the average was taken, it was came to 35.45. Hence it was taken average mass. So the atomic mass is not an absolute mass of an atom, it is a relative average mass. It is defined as a ratio of mass of an atom of the element to the mass of an atom of hydrogen. So this is they took the atomic mass. How they got? The atomic mass is a ratio. It's the ratio of what? Mass of an atom of the element to mass of an atom of hydrogen. This was the earlier definition given to atomic mass. But later on it was found the hydrogen were existing in 3 isotopic state, mass 1, mass number 2, mass number 3. Hence it was found to have a fractional atomic mass. Hence they wanted to explain in the year 1961, they explain in the scale of the carbon of isotope 12, because the carbon atom having mass number 12 is most stable and most abundantly present. Hence in place of, and hydrogen is a gas, to take a gas and make it a standard sometimes becomes difficult. Carbon is a solid and abundantly present, highly stable. So they took, in the 1961, they took carbon isotope 12 as the standard and they defined the atomic mass again. So the atomic mass presently, what the definition? The atomic mass is a relative average mass, is a ratio of mass of an atom of the element to 1/12 parts of mass of carbon, an atom of carbon of isotope C12. Why 1/12? Because when atomic mass of carbon is 12, when atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. That means 12 times heavier than atom of hydrogen. So in place of atom of hydrogen, they took 1/12. So 1/12 parts of mass of an atom of carbon, isotope C12, is taken as the ratio atomic mass. So the atomic mass is a ratio, is an average relative mass, means how many times the mass of an atom of the element is heavier than 1/12 parts of mass of an atom of carbon, matter of an carbon. So then what is this 1 by 12? So when you take the atomic mass, since it's a ratio, does not have any unit, does not have any standard. It's a ratio. You have taken ratio. So mass by mass, so will cancel. So does not have an standard unit. It is expressed in atomic mass unit. It is relative mass, average mass. So it does not. It is expressed in its unit is AMU. It is expressed in atomic mass unit. So it is expressed. It is expressed in atomic mass unit, that is AMU. AMU, atomic mass unit, AMU. So what is this AMU? So the one AMU, if you go to the definition of AMU, is what? Is the ratio of mass of an atom of carbon by 12. So that is what is 1 AMU. So 1 AMU is what? The mass of an atom of carbon by 12. If you take, that is become equal to AQ. So mass of an atom of carbon comes to 1.9924 into 10 to the minus 23 grams, or that is 1.9924 into 10 to the minus 26 kg. So then what will be the AMU will be how much? AMU will be equal to what? Mass of an atom of carbon is 1.9924 into 10 to the minus 23 gram by 12. So therefore AMU is equal to 1.9924 into 10 to the minus 23 by 12. That comes to 1.66 into 10 to the minus 24 grams. So 1 AMU is equal to now 1.66 into 10 to the minus 24 grams. So you can imagine. So now how small is this? So mass of atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008 AMU. Means what? 1.008 in 10 to the minus into 1.66 into 10 to the minus 24 grams. So this is the atomic mass of hydrogen. Our atomic mass of oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen would be what? Is 16 AMU. So that comes to 16 into 1.66 into 10 to the minus 24 grams. This is the way you can express this. So atomic mass does not have any unit. It is expressed in AMU. It is expressed in AMU. And atomic mass is always a fraction. Why fraction? Because it is elements are present in isotopic state. Hydrogen has 3 isotopes. Atomic mass number 1, mass number 2, mass number 3. Carbon has 2 isotopes, 12 and 14. Similarly, if you come to chlorine, has 2 isotopes, 35 and 37. Oxygen has 2 isotopes, 16 and 17. So this is because of this it has a fractional atomic mass. For example, aluminium has atomic mass is 26.98 AMU. Because it's isotopic mass, because of presence of isotopes, they have depending upon its abundance, the percentage of abundance, the average is calculated, and according to that the atomic mass is expressed. So this is what is atomic mass. And now what is gram atomic mass? Because I was telling you, my students, that these are the language of chemistry we are learning. We will be using this word atomic mass, gram atom. These words we will be expressing. And unless we have a picture in our mind about that, then when we will be reading or pronouncing it, we will not conceive it. So that's the reason I am explaining you this. So what is called gram atomic mass? Gram atomic mass, or it is called gram atom. It is also called gram atom. So what is this gram atomic mass or gram atom? When atomic mass is expressed in grams is called gram atomic mass. Is called gram atomic mass. When atomic mass is expressed in grams is called as gram atomic mass or gram atom. So what is this? The gram atomic mass of carbon is 12 grams. Gram atomic mass of oxygen is 16 grams. Gram atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008 grams. When atomic mass is expressed in grams, it is called as gram atomic mass. Then what is the relationship between gram atomic mass and atomic mass? How are they related with respect to atomic mass? That means if we can how many atoms are present in 12 grams of carbon, how many atoms are present in 16 grams of oxygen, and how many atoms are present in 1.008 grams of hydrogen. Let us find out. And if we find out, we can come to a certain conclusion. There is a unanimous conclusion will come, and that is called the uniformity of nature. The nature is uniform. Different things, if you take, there is also a uniformity among the different objects of the nature. If you take a lotus flower and see the petals of the lotus flower, they may be of different length. But their sizes, they look alike. So that is called uniformity of nature. If you go to any tree, you find the leaves. All the leaves, they look identical. One may be bigger leaf, one may be small leaf, but they look identical. There is identical character in them. The color, the size, the characteristics, everything is that is called the natural character of the nature. So these are the elements, they are occurring in nature, hence they have also some uniformity. That secret, now we are going to find out what are the secrets in this. Now let us find out how many atoms are present in 1 gram atom of hydrogen. So atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008 AMU. Therefore, mass of a hydrogen atom will be how much? 1.008 into 10 to the power minus 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. That will be the mass of a hydrogen atom. Then gram atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008 grams. Therefore, number of atoms present in 1 gram atomic mass of hydrogen will be what? Gram atomic mass by mass of an atom. So gram atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.008 grams, and mass of an hydrogen atom is 1.008 into 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So gram cancels. If you calculate this, it comes to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. If you calculate this comes to 6.023 in 10 to the power 23. This value comes. That means what? 1 gram atom of hydrogen contains a 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 number of atoms. So from the mathematically we calculated here and got what? 1 gram atom. 1 gram atom of hydrogen contains how much? 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 hydrogen atoms. This we got here. Now let's go to oxygen and find it out what happens. Now atomic mass of oxygen is 16 AMU. Therefore, mass of oxygen atom will be 16 into 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Gram atomic mass of oxygen is 16 grams. Therefore, number of oxygen atoms in 1 gram atom of oxygen will be what? Gram atomic mass by mass of an atom of oxygen. So gram atomic mass of oxygen is how much? 16 grams, and mass is 16 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So this comes to again 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. That means we come to know here 1 gram atom of oxygen also contain 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of oxygen. So we come to now conclusion here again 1 gram atom of oxygen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 oxygen atoms. So if we calculate like this, we will find that 1 gram atom of every element, 1 gram atom of every element contains a constant number of atoms. If you go to carbon, atomic mass of carbon is 12 AMU. So mass of a carbon atom is how much? 12 into 1.66 in 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Gram atomic mass of carbon is 12 grams. So therefore number of atoms of carbon present in 12 grams of carbon is 12 by 12 into 1.66 in 10 to the power minus 24, again this comes to same. You go to element, therefore we conclude that 1 gram atomic mass of every element contains a constant number of atoms, equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. So this is a very fundamental discovery was made, that I am telling you, uniformity of the matter. It's a very big uniformity. Gram atomic mass of every element contain a constant number of atoms, and this constant number of atoms was called as Avogadro's number. Because in the year 1811, Avogadro introduced the concept of molecule, proposed Avogadro's law, which found abundance use in solving many aspects of the physical chemistry. Hence, according to his name, giving an honor to him, this constant was called as Avogadro's number. So that means 1 gram atom of every element contains a constant number of atoms, and that constant number of atoms is called as Avogadro number. Hence it is called that 1 gram atom of every element contains a Avogadro number of atoms equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 20. That is the relationship between atomic mass and gram atomic mass. So we will say that what 1 gram atom of, so what conclusion we will make? 1 gram atom of every element, 1 gram atom of every element contains a constant number of atoms called as Avogadro number. Avogadro's number equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. So this is a very important discovery made, which explained uniformity of this. So that this helped us. Suppose now by taking this Avogadro number, suppose somebody calculate the number of atoms of nitrogen present in 5 grams of nitrogen. We can use the Avogadro number. Atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. Therefore, gram atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 grams. So 14 grams of nitrogen contain 6.02 in 10 to the power 23 atoms of nitrogen. Therefore, 0.5 gram will contain, we can calculate. So mass of the atom by gram atomic mass into Avogadro number, if we multiply, we can get the number of atoms present in a given mass of the element. In a given mass of the element, how many atoms are present, we can calculate. So this is the very useful use of the concept of Avogadro number. So 1 gram atomic mass of every element contains a constant number of atoms called as Avogadro's number equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. So we will go to the next class. We will discuss what is molecular mass and what is gram molecular mass, and we will find out whether this thing happens in a gram molecular mass or not. So we will be discussing molecular mass, gram molecular mass in our next class.